This is White Heat. It's the Bible of 3-star Michelin cooking. Rockstar chef Pierre White shares his recipes from his time cooking in Harvey's in London at the 90s. It's at the then cutting edge of what fine dining was all about. I've spent years doing this the hard way, doing all sorts of recipes from here. They are taxing, brutal, and not really designed for the home cook. Today I'm doing the unthinkable. I'm making sea bass over ratatouille using this. This is the Foodie multi-cooker from Ninja. It's designed for convenience, not fine dining. Can a pressure cooker stand the white heat of a Michelin-starred recipe? Let's find out. By the way, this is not sponsored in any way. I just thought it was funny. Let's give it a go. I've made a few changes to the recipe, a little bit to adapt to the machine, but also based on what I could find. Couldn't get scallops anywhere today, so I'm using prawns to make a mousse. To the prawns I'm adding a tiny bit of cayenne pepper, a little salt and cream just to bind. I'm just going to pop that into the fridge just to firm up till I need it. Now one of the things this gadget can do is, as well as being a container to steam or pressure or slow cook things in, it also has a hot plate on the bottom with which we can fry or saute if you prefer. And I need to saute off a couple of things before we get started, so let's do that now. One of the garnishes for this dish is some tagliatelle pasta, and yes, I could make my own, but I want such a small amount. I've put some pre-made fresh tagliatelle dough there, which I'm just going to fry gently on both sides until slightly crisp. Then I can put it to one side for the final assembly. And so to prep our fish, I've got some cling film here, which I'm just going to season and lay my piece of sea bass on. Just going to add some of my prawn mousse to that. And Marco wants us to butterfly that open, then re-wrap it in, but I frankly don't have the skills for that. So I'm just going to leave this as a little sort of paupiette type parcel and use the cling film to help bring that together. I'll return this to the fridge just so it sets firm before we need it at the last minute. And we just need to fry some courgette and pepper. Now those courgettes and peppers have been tenderised, given a little bit of colour. Add to that some onions and garlic, along with a star anise. I'm going to add just a small amount of wine just to deglaze, and adding some vegetable stock, which is of course made from a Knorr stock pot. What else? Now that's come up to a simmer, the rack can come into play. And this rack allows things to sit low down in the base of the pan or on top, so it will steam away. And that's what we're going to do with the sea bass. I'm going to pop this in, sea bass is going to rest on top. It's going to steam from all the juice and flavours of the vegetables underneath. Just nestle that in there. I'm going to set the mode now. I've set the mode on this to steam air fry. Set the temperature quite high, but quite a low time. So what does that give us? That's going to give us some heating from the element on top. First it's going to do some steaming, and then it's going to switch to air fry just to crisp the top of that bass. Let's leave it be while it does that. Well, the timer's gone off after a noisy 8 minutes. Let's see what we've got. We've got our piece of fish on top there, some sauce on the bottom. That's going to take me a minute or two to sort out, so let's get this all plated up and have a look, see how it comes out. So we've got a nice broth around the outside. We've got nice crispy skin on the fish, tender veg, and a little bit of pasta. Let's just try it. And what we've got there is a perfectly delicious plate of food. The vegetables are still got bite, so you can really taste them. The pasta gives you something to chew, something to hold on to. And the fish is probably 1 minute overcooked. Not terrible and still tasty, just a tiny bit firm. But the mousse inside is really good too. Now, is that what Marco Pierre White intended when he wrote White Heat and was serving these dishes at Harvey's in London in the 90s? Of course not. But I thought it would be fun to take a modern gadget and apply it to a classic recipe. It's a great way to feel like, with a few adjustments, you're eating incredibly high quality food. That would be great in the summer. Really blazing hot day, you've got a glut of great fruit and veg, and that fish on top would be wonderful. I'm not an expert with this gadget. If you want to find out more about the Ninja Foodi and similar devices, I would recommend you visit Susan Cooking and Calm, who investigates and researches all the different things to do with the Instant Pot, which are very similar devices to these. And much of what you can cook in there, you can cook in here too. If you got anything out of that, I would love it if you could press the subscribe button and find out when I'm going to do more things like this. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will catch you next time.